Lookout Pass. Yeah. That's what they said. They haven't sanded it yet. We are in Gardiner, Montana right now. We're staying at a little place. It's called the Rodopa Lodge. And we went through some big snowstorms. Bozeman Pass was really bad. And we're supposed to get more snow, so we might not even get out of here. But anyway, tomorrow we're going to do a snow coach into Yellowstone. So that'll be a lot of fun. You'll have to come with us. Beautiful design that the ice is made on our running board. Went through a lot of snow and ice yesterday. So we're getting ready to board the snow coach, and this place here has a lot of mining equipment. I don't know I'm not sure what this device is. Some kind of a cutter.
It has a little terrorism in it, but it doesn't really go crazy. It's been a town since before Yellowstone Park was even an idea. 1803 it was established. Fur traders and miners, homestead ranchers, and the like. It's the first entrance to Yellowstone National Park, and they designated the area in 1872 by Ulysses S. Grant. Here and flows through the town of Gardiner. It's the longest undisturbed river in the continental U.S. Undisturbed all the way to the Missouri. It's protected like the park is pretty much. No dams, no high sea snow this afternoon. We were blowing through about 2.5 feet of brand new snow yesterday. Oh yeah. And that was after it got groomed, not before.
Get a picture of it there.
Not often that you get to see all of our mountain peaks because they're so dang high, they're in the clouds all the time. But they're all about 9,000 to 11,000 feet. The old Teddy Roosevelt, he dedicated this arch, so it got named after him. He also placed the date stone on the right-hand side there that says April 24th, 1903. So that's the historic background of the arch. Most of them probably pregnant in September. The other side, and it'll start making its terraces there. It's pretty new flow right now. When that longo's flowing down the right side. And all of that bright color, those are heat-loving microorganisms we call thermophile. It's heat-loving bacteria and algae. We need the high temperature of this hot spring water to live. They consume the sulfides in the water for energy. We're one of the most balanced ecosystems in the world. When I say ecosystems, I'm talking about the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. The park is 2.2 million miles, but the greater Yellowstone ecosystem is over 20 million, or not miles, 2.2 million acres. And the greater Yellowstone ecosystem is over 20 million acres. Includes parts of Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. But one of the things that makes Yellowstone landscape so unique is in the southern part, the whole southern half of the park, there lies a supervolcano, or more accurately called a hotspot. It's one of the 3 largest hotspots on planet Earth. It's got enough magma in its magma chamber to fill up the Grand Canyon 14 times. There's always boulders falling, or rock falling down the cliffside here and on the road. So they're going to blast all this out this spring and I guess make it more user friendly. We'll see what happens. But because of the type of volcanic rock this is, they had to put a bridge here instead of attach it to the cliffside here. It won't hold it. Claim they're going to keep one lane open though, except for when they're doing the actual blasting.
Snow is deep. This is Roaring Mountain, and it's a big thermal.
Oh, there we go.
My husband dropped his glasses in the snow. Good thing he found them. And this is our group over here. Here's our snow coach. Jason is our driver. Oh, some motorcycle just went by. Or not motorcycle. Snowmobile. Okay. So this is a good time to come to Yellowstone because nobody's up here. It's just us. Beautiful, beautiful. It's about 8 degrees, I think. And this fall, we were over there on that bridge and we were walking.
It used to be the road.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that. We were wondering why it quit. Yep, look how deep the snow is on the walkway. Pretty deep. Very pretty. No one else is up here. Just us. We're at Artist Point, Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. And looking at the falls, it's partially frozen. We were way over there in the fall. Sorry about the wind. Probably can't hear me.
This is where we took a picture with kids the other day.
Yeah. I think so too.
Unique ecosystem. Yellowstone National Park is at the heart of the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. which extends beyond the park's boundaries and is one of the largest.
We got one down there.
Left to right.
My husband's sitting down to get a good shot.
We're the only ones that want to explore it all.
Boardwalk is closed. There's some crows over there. And then get closer to this one up here that's really spewing.
Grass and trees.
Oh, no, we're not.
They don't.
There's some thermal ground that gives them good access.
How old?
Sulfide gas that's pulling that water out. This particular feature. No label. Oh yeah. Different colors. White.
It's really pretty here in the fall.
Or always worried someone's gonna veer over and smack right in the front of my coverage.
On our mini winter trip, we started in the town of Gardiner. We boarded a shuttle that would then take us into the north entrance and would take us up to Mammoth Hot Springs. At Mammoth Hot Springs, we switched over to our snowcoach, and we traveled up this particular road because we were doing the canyon tour. And so we just kind of made ourselves travel along here. Our guide pointed out different areas as we were traveling, talked about the Obsidian Cliff, and then we made a stop at the Roaring, at the Roaring Mountain. We continued on. We went past Norris, although we would come back and we would visit the geyser basin. But we went ahead and we traveled here. And then we took this particular road over here, and we ended up at the Canyon Village. Now in the fall, Randy and I did this particular hike where we started and we went up to the Little Gibbon River, or the Little Gibbon waterfall. Stumbled through that. We made it to Ice Lake, which was very beautiful, especially with the fall colors. And that was our little hike that we did. But this time, of course, we didn't do that. So after we visited Canyon Village for a pit stop, then we traveled around this particular area and we stopped at various viewpoints to see the canyon of the Yellowstone. And we saw, of course, the falls at different points. We did several of these. I think we ended it at Artist Point, and then we ended up going back to the lodge where we had lunch, and then we just kind of backtracked back. So we came back here and had our lunch, and then we just traveled back this particular way, and we stopped at the Norris Geyser Basin where we did a little bit of a hike. There was some trail that had been broken, and so we were able to look at that. You couldn't do the full tour of the geyser basin because the boardwalks were closed. They hadn't been shoveled off, and it would have been kind of slick and dangerous, I think, if you would have gone across that. So we just kind of looked at that, and then we went past this way again. Of course, we saw Burl Spring, which is a pretty cool geyser that's, that's just right next to the road. And then we kind of made our way over here. We did see Gibbon Falls, which we didn't really stop and look at before. Then we went back and continued traveling back up this particular way and then back up to Mammoth Hot Springs. And it took the full day because the tour guides are they usually stop for you if there's bison on the road or elk or something, so you can get some views of that. Although we saw bison pretty close up, but we didn't really see the elk that were too close. It wasn't until Randy and I left the park that evening that we actually saw a lot of elk just along the highway. So anyway, we came back to Mammoth Hot Springs. We switched back into our shuttle, and the guide took us back into Gardiner. And then Randy and I continued our trip, and we went north for about a half hour until we came to our next destination. I highly recommend the trip. It was a lot of fun to go there in the wintertime, especially after having been there in the fall when it was so crowded. In the winter, you just have the snowmobile people that are out there, and we did see, of course, some snowshoers, but you can also cross-country ski. I think there are tours that will do that for you. And I think you can rent a lot of gear. And then just the snowcoach crowd that are there. So it wasn't very crowded. I think the most crowded we were was when we had lunch at Canyon Village, and everybody seemed to show up. So wonderful trip. Highly recommend it. This is where my husband proposed to me 35 years ago. So this is our room at Chico Hot Springs, which is north of Yellowstone National Park. And we really like this place. It's got memories for us, but it's very rustic. We've got the room that has just the sink in it, and the bathroom is down the hall. And they've kept it very old style, very antique looking. But we really like this. Like I said, in the restaurant, my husband proposed to me here 35 years ago, and so we just really like it. So anyway, we're going to go down and we're going to get in the pool, which is a hot springs. I'm not going to probably take any video down there. It's really cold and it's probably really steamy, but the water is, of course, a hot spring, so it's warm. But it's a nice little place to stay. It's 3 degrees outside, and with the wind, it's below 0.